97 of the year of streaming and learning to code. You're continuing on. You're already moving the mic. We didn't even make it 10 seconds in. But she's gone, thank God. Okay. Sort of. We'll readjust. Yes, you're good. You are a cat. Can you go somewhere else? What do you... Why do you always need so much love? Ah, your claws. Claws. Okay. Still not even a minute into the stream. And, but you know what? At least she's down. She's down. We're good. She's ready for her nap. And we are ready to continue on. Hey, it's Topher. Learning React tonight. Absolutely, we are learning React. We just finished jQuery yesterday, which was all kinds of fun. I actually really enjoyed jQuery. I don't know where the programming development community stands on jQuery. Maybe there's no stance on it, but I thought it was rather fascinating. So that was good. Now we get to taste React. That's right. Tasting React. Continuing on, we've got, I think 11 classes down now, or courses, sections. Learn HTML and CSS part 1, JavaScript, learn JavaScript, Sass, make website, learn the command line, deploy website, learn Python, HTML and CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery. Was, shot to hell last night, and here we go. Getting started, learning ReactJS Part 1. Continue your learning by starting Learn ReactJS Part 1. Suggest you continuing blah. We'll do start. Does it just take us right into it? You know what? We're actually going to enter from the catalog side, because we can do that. So jQuery was about 3 hours. Well, estimated. I don't know how long it actually took me, but estimated time for React Part 1 is 6, React Part 2 is 5, and Angular is 5. So, not too bad. Let's dive in. React Part 1, Course Outcome. By the end of this course, you'll develop a strong understanding of React's most essential concepts, JSX, components, and storing information via props and state. By the course's end, you'll be able to combine these ideas in React's modular programming style. Why learn ReactJS? ReactJS presents graceful solutions to some of front-end programming's most persistent issues. It's fast, scalable, flexible, powerful, and has a robust developer community that's rapidly growing. There's never been a better time to learn React. Well, good times. That's convincing enough for me. Syllabus, this is what we're looking for. Wow, only 3 sections? Huh. Intro to JSX. Advanced JSX. Your first React component, components in advanced JSX, and then components interacting, components render other components. This dot props and this dot state. Okay, well, each section has 2 lessons. jQuery was 3 hours total, and it had 8 sections. We only needed to do 6 of them. And, no, we only needed to do 5. 6? 5? Son of a bitch, little cat. How many did we have to do? It had 7 sections, we only needed to do 5 of them. And each section, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, all had 1 lesson. So this is 3 with 2 lessons each. Okay, so this does have 1 more lesson, that makes sense. I was trying to do the math, I was like, why, if the other had 7, would it take 3 hours? And if this only has 3, would it take 6? Math wasn't adding up, but that's what's going down. These are beefier sections. And speaking of beef, we're going to dive right into this. I don't know how beef and starting are correlated, but you know what? Here at BDX Inc. on Twitch, they are. Let's go. Cat, you are like a little heater right now. It's just, you're in my lap and you're warm and I'm warm and we're sitting on a leather chair and there's a lot of juices on the horizon, frankly, and it's getting warm. It is getting warm. All right, we've got, wow, that bug section is gigantic. Usually they don't let us scroll past this. Something's going down. Welcome to Introduction to React.js Part 1. Why React? 15. And each of them are locked. I guess that's normal. Alright, let's do this. Topher, that's right. Where's the beef? Flashback to the 80s. Missed it by that much. Although all the movies and TV shows make up for the lack of actually being there for myself. Right there at the edge. 90. On the dot. So close. Alright, let's do this. React.js is a JavaScript library. It was developed by engineers at Facebook. I don't know how I feel about this. I avoided Facebook for a very long time, and I only set up Facebook for the BDX Inc. thing branding because I felt it was necessary, and I really don't use it. There's just something about it. I don't know if this tidbit's going to help or hinder my experience of learning React. I don't think it should. Do we know, are there other awesome companies that use React aside from Facebook, or just all nonsense uses React? We're cutting a little deep. Well, open mind, Steven. Open mind. Okay. Happy thoughts. React is fast. Oh, good. They're going to sell us on it. React is fast. Apps in React can handle complex updates and still feel quick and responsive. React is modular. Instead of writing large, dense files of code, you can write many smaller, reusable files. React's modularity can be a beautiful solution to JavaScript's maintainability problems. I feel like I should click on that link. Forget that Facebook developers made it. Okay, good. That'll be our mantra, our motto for today. That's today's lesson. The moral of today's story: disassociate the Facebook factor. Let's open up the maintainability problems. I guess that's a thing. Spaghetti code. Well, it sounds delicious, but it sounds messy. I'm assuming it's named appropriately. Spaghetti code is... son of a bitch. Here's a giant P word stuck in the middle of the sentence that we're not going to be able to make past. Prerogative? Is that what that is? No. Son of a bitch, little cat. Tiny kitty turned off the speech function. So now when I encounter ugly words that I don't use, I'm not texting people this word every morning when I wake up. Hey, I hope you're having a schmeh day. I don't know what that is. Fuckers. Anyways, source code. The second moral of the story is Steven's an idiot. So both of those, Facebook, not great. Steven, an idiot. They're kind of tied for each other. Source code that has a complex and tangled control structure, especially one using many go-to statements. I'm assuming it's go-to. Maybe it's pronounced differently. Go-to statements, exceptions, threads, or other unstructured. So it's a shit show. This is the technical term. Bad times. Almost every major company uses React either entirely or in part. Good. Embrace the rage, Steven. Embrace it. React is scalable. Large programs that display a lot of changing data are where React performs best. That's kind of cool. React is flexible. You can use React for interesting projects that have nothing to do with making a web app. People are still figuring out React's potential. There's room to explore. Let's see what this link takes us to. Something medium.mybridge. MyBridge, reading app for professionals. The page is dedicated to writing monthly top 10 readings, JavaScript, 22 amazing things to do underwater, React Native versus React Foreigner. Yeah, something about Reddit reacting. 42, that's fun. That makes me happy. Okay, we're gonna end it on a high note there. And back. Falling through this instruction area, I'm trying to immerse and absorb what is React, the feel. I can say after 97 days, no other language has had an introduction like this. So, yeah, that is also something worth noting. React is popular. While this reason has admittedly little to do with React's quality, the truth is that understanding React will make you more employable. If you are new to React, then this course is for you. No prior React knowledge is expected. We will start at the very beginning and move slowly. If you are new to JavaScript, then consider taking our JavaScript course and then returning to React. The 3 Codecademy React courses are not a high-level overview. Oh. They're a deep dive. Take your time. By the end, you will be ready to program in React with a real understanding of what you're doing. This is also the first time they've specifically mentioned this, which I've mentioned. Basically, all of Codecademy has been extremely high-level overview, even their deep dive courses, but this is the first time they've actually mentioned this, and they're saying that that's not the case for this, so I'm interested in proceeding. Next, 1 of 14, barely down. No, 1 of 15 down. The party slowly continues. Go time. Taking a look at the following line of code. Variable h1 equals h1 hello world. What kind of weird hybrid code is that? Is it JavaScript, HTML, or something else? It seems like it must be JavaScript, since it starts with variable equals and ends with semicolon. If you tried to run that in an HTML file, it wouldn't work. However, the code also contains h1 hello world, which looks exactly like HTML. That part wouldn't work if you tried to run it in a JavaScript file. What's going on? Instructions. Copy the following line into app.js. Variable h1 equals h1 hello world. Click run when you're finished. Well, they've started off with a mystery, and the journey begins. It's slowly thinking, wait, am I entering it? Oh, copy the following line. Okay, and apparently instructions still work the same here in React as they do in every other course we've taken over the last 97 days. You, Steven. Lazy bastard, just pushing the run button whenever the hell you feel like it. Run. There we go, back on track. Green check mark. Next. Good. Take another. Why is this so ungodly far over? Like, maybe that's what's different? I don't really want to move it, but I kinda do. The actual divider is between the instruction section on the left side versus the editor on the right side. It seems so much further over. Usually it's in line with the edge of the webcam. It's right here. Yeah, but it's like 3 inches over. That's bothering me to no end. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Go in a new window. Resuming 0% of the way through. Beautiful, beautiful. And we're going to slide this guy over and a test because I don't want to test on the other one. So you do move. Aha. Oh, and you get, there's no locking mechanism. So I'm just left to stretch this wherever the hell I want it. How am I supposed to know what's right? This is the hell I live in. We're going to try Codecademy again. Where do they have their other sections? We'll look at jQuery. jQuery's perfect. jQuery fit fine. Look at functions, because we can. I know, crazy person, it does better. See, this is normal sized. This, see that perfectly flush. Look at that. Yeah, you can stroke it. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. Flush with the instruction section versus this stupid. Yeah, what is that? What the hell am I looking at, right? We're just going to live with it. We're going to live with it. People needed to know. If no one knows, how are they going to fix it? All right, good. Take another look at the line of the code that you wrote. Does this code belong in a JavaScript file or in an HTML JavaScript file, an HTML file, or somewhere else? The answer is a JavaScript file. Despite what it looks like, your code doesn't actually contain any HTML at all. The part that looks like HTML, H1 Hello World, is something called JSX. Continue to learn about JSX. And we're running. Oh, we didn't need to run anything next. Okay, JSX is a syntax extension for JavaScript. It was written to be used with React.jsx code. Looks a lot like, whoa. The button, the dots, the periods are throwing off. JSX is a syntax extension for JavaScript. It was written to be used with React.js. It was written to be used with React. Period. Different statement altogether. With JSX code looks a lot like HTML. Did they forget a space? Is that what's happening? No. Just stupid font and it's confusing me. Hey, little cat, you're still sleepy. What does syntax extension mean? In this case, it means that JSX is not valid JavaScript. Web browsers can't read it. If a JavaScript file contains JSX code, then that file will have to be compiled. That means that before the file reaches a web browser, a JSX compiler will translate any JSX into regular JavaScript. Codecademy servers already have a JSX compiler installed, so you don't have to worry about that for now. Eventually, we'll walk you through how to set up a JSX compiler on your personal computer. Next. 5 of 15. A basic unit of JSX is called a JSX element. Here's an example of a JSX element. Hello world. This JSX element looks exactly like HTML. The only noticeable difference is that you would find it in a JavaScript file instead of an HTML file. Whoa. Who's putting what where now? This JSX element looks exactly like HTML, correct. The only noticeable difference is that you would find it in a JavaScript file instead of an HTML. Okay, gotcha. So it's just because here is a JSX element. All right, just trying to keep pace. Day 97 of Codecademy, day 1 of React. Let's keep that in mind. Instructions. In app.js, write a JSX paragraph element containing the text, hello world. Use the example code above as a guide, report bug, time to get graphy, carrots, everyone's healthy. P, another P. What now? Hello world, lowercase world. Is that all I wanted? That is it. That is it. Run. It's thinking about it. Green check mark. Very nice. Next. JSX elements are treated as JavaScript expressions. They can go anywhere that JavaScript expressions can go. That means that a JSX element can be saved in a variable, passed to a function, stored in an object or array, you name it. Here's an example of a JSX element being saved in a variable navbar, nav, I'm a navbar. Here's an example of several JSX elements being stored in an object variable, pistons 2004, center, Ben Wallace, list, power forward, list, Rashid Wallace, small forward, list, good, all the way down to point guard. Fascinating. Create a JSX article element. Save it in a variable named my article. Something about something. Oh, create an article element. Gotcha. This guy will be a nav. And then we're saving it as variable my article. Cool. Here we go. Variable my article equals you know what? Do we need all that? Honestly, I don't think we do. Yeah, no, just article, something about articles. Spins a web. No Spider-Man, no Spider-Pig, just React. Article. Is that good enough? Spinning. Green check mark. Way cool. Next. 7 of 15. Not bad. Ugh. JSX elements can have attributes just like the HTML elements can. A JSX attribute is written using HTML-like syntax, a name, followed by an equals sign, followed by a value. The value should be wrapped in quotes like this. My attribute name equals my attribute value. Here are some JSX elements with attributes. ahref, quotes, yahoo.com, welcome to Yahoo. Variable title equals h1 id, title in quotes, introduction to React.js part 1, closing h1 tag, semicolon. A single JSX element can have many attributes just like in HTML. Variable panda equals image source, in quotes, image/panda.jpg. Alt, which I think is the description, right? The alternate description when you hover, or the alternative data. I forget what it is, but anyways, alt, panda, in quotes, width 500 pixels, height 500 pixels. We have a square panda. Okay. Instructions. Declare a variable named p1. You got it. Variable p1. Set p1 equal to a JSX paragraph element. Write the word foo between the p tags. Bring in the foo. One dose. Close. And get slashy. P tag and p tag, and we're fooing. Run. Foo need to be in quotes. I don't think it did. Cool. 2. On the next line, declare a variable named p2. Foo bar. That's good. Nice. On the next line, declare variable named p2, set. Yeah, good. We're gonna just steal this because we can. I wonder if I should have had it right underneath, like touching, just on line 2. They didn't mention anything about white space. I don't believe white space has any effect in JavaScript, and this is part of JavaScript, so we should be okay. Run. We get the green. We got the green. Give the first paragraph an ID attribute of large. Give the second an ID attribute of small. So PID equals quotes. What's happening? Large. That seems relatively okay. Small. Yeah. Go time. Go time. Run. Do we survive? The village live? It's good. We're golden. The village has not been burnt to the ground. Next, section 8 of 15, nested JSX. Little kitty, my legs are starting to fall asleep. We're gonna have to shimmy a little. Alright, you can nest JSX elements inside of the other JSX elements, just like in HTML. Here's an example of a JSX H1 element nested inside of a JSX A anchor element. A, href, google.net, click me, I am Google. That's about as trustworthy of a link as one could ever get. Topher, the 2 React courses are my favorite on Codecademy. Holy really? I mean, so far it's been going well, so that's good. That's always fun. Hasn't really been painful. This is a very instructional section. Like, the activities have been minor. I take it when the next lesson in part 2, lesson number 2 in section 1, I'm sure that'll be much more activity-driven, hands-on hacking, right? Good, good. Little kitty excited. She's passed out from all the fun in my lap. Where are we? We're right there. To make this more readable, all right, href, google.net, click me, I'm Google, trustworthy source. To make this more readable, you can use HTML-style line breaks and indentation. Href, Google, H1, click me, I'm Google, H1, closing anchor tag. If a JSX expression takes up more than one line, you should wrap the multi-line JSX expression in parentheses, like so. And we're wrapping, and we're wrapping. This looks strange at first, but you get used to it. Nested JSX. Where do you put the semicolon, though? Yeah, right at the end of it. It's just they didn't have a closing semicolon after this one. So I was like, hey, guys, you're missing the semicolon, right? Yeah, but I guess that's a thing. Nested JSX expressions can be saved as variables, passed to functions, etc., just like non-nested JSX expressions can. Here's an example of a nested JSX expression being saved as a variable. Out in the wild, a variable, the Google, equals, opening parentheses, anchor, reference, google.net, h1, click me, I'm Google, h1, anchor, parentheses, semicolon. I wish they would have mentioned the reason for the parentheses. Oh no, that's Codecademy style. They just do things without explanation, and then you get to worry about it while you're trying to fall asleep at night. Not that we've been stressing over this for the last 97 days, but people notice, damn it, alright? Especially people named Steven. Good, good. Let it all out. Tell them how you really feel, right? Instructions. Dolly gets jumping on us. It's alive. Instructions. 1. Declare a new variable named myDiv. Set myDiv equal to a JSX div element. Wrap the div in parentheses and use indentation and line breaks, like in the examples, between the div tags. Nest an h1 containing hello world in the middle, then h1, then div, then parentheses. No. Divs. Variable blah, my div equals blah, and then the parentheses? Okay, it's like this. It's the variable, my div equals, and then all that noise. That's what's happening. That is what's happening. Alright, go time. Go time. Let's do this. Time to get reacty. Topher. The reason is because implicit semicolons. No, just do it even though it looks weird. Not just do it even though it looks weird. The reason is because implicit semicolons at the end of return statements. If you want to learn more about it, I'll post an example in Discord later. Let me know. Good to know. Just curious, is it covered in that Udemy course? Because I still need to watch those videos. I wanted to get through the majority of the JavaScript stuff here at Codecademy before I watched all the weird parts, although I probably should have just watched all 85 after finishing the first JavaScript section. I know he does a much deeper dive for the like 85 videos, but I don't know. I'm sure he covers similar things. So there's that. Just throwing that out there. That is an option. What are we declaring? We're typing. We're typing. We're gonna type our little hearts out. Variable equals my div equals parenthesis. Hey, it completed it for us. Look at that. Cool. All we did was type the opening one. How kind of them. Let's tab in slightly. And we're gonna have a div. It is, I believe, it's covered in the Udemy course section about lexol scope, I think. Why do I feel like I heard about lexol scope? Have we gone over this before? In past JavaScript stuff? I feel like you've thrown out the term lexol scope, or maybe you were present while I was going through a section on Codecademy. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day. I feel like I've been living the same day over and over for the last 97 days, so it could have been 2 days ago, it could have been 92 days ago. I have zero perception of time now. I only know it's day 97 because the title says so. Feels like day 3000 for me. But it's been awesome. Oh, lexical. Like popsicle. But with a lex. Topher, I think you've corrected me on every single I guess like main term that I've been pronouncing incorrectly, which is just awesome. So great. It's truly awesome. I really do appreciate it. It's fantastic. Because without you, I would have gone another 97 days pronouncing it. God, what was the first time? It's modulo. Modulo. Yeah, we should have left it as modulo. You should have just kept quiet and let me be that guy. And then you could have corrected me on day 365. That would have been truly playing the long game on that. But no, that's your lifesaver. I probably mentioned it before. Hope you don't take it the wrong way. Just oh yeah, no, seriously, it's needed. No, it's good because then I would have mastered. God, I have to think of it. Modulo? Modulo. Yeah, modulo that was priceless. And then I forget the other ones. We'll add lexol to the pile. Lexical. Lexical. We're gonna work on that. Like concatenate. That was a fun one. Yeah? That one got movement from Little Kitty just now. Yeah, she remembers that. Okay, we're so close. We have variable myDiv and something. Or we just totally blanked. We got caught up on our side tangent. It doesn't do. Does it do? No. I was hoping it would create a closing div tag automatically for me, but that's wishful thinking. That is not going to happen. Not here, at least. What else do we have? They wanted an H1 header? Or was it a paragraph? They wanted H1s. Boom. H1's coming in hot. And douche. Hello world. Da 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 da. I've let you mispronounce Codecademy all this time. Is it just Codecademy? I was to call it Codecademy. I don't like Codecademy. I'm sticking with that one, even if it's proper. It is Codecademy. Nope, Codecademy. That one I won't let go. I will admit defeat for that one, but that one I refuse to let go. Because that one, it's been Codecademy for the last 5 years, not just the last 97 days. So that one's in there. That one's not changing. That's the one I get to keep. All others, I will change, except for that one. Alright, run. Hopefully. Good, green check mark. Alright, 9 of 15 teen. JSX, outer something, outer elements. Alright, back on track. There's a rule that we haven't mentioned. A JSX expression must have exactly one outermost element. In other words, this code will work variable, paragraphs, equals, parentheses, div, ID, I'm the outermost element, paragraph, I am a paragraph, I too am a paragraph, closing div tag, which is the outermost element. But this code will not work. Variable paragraphs. I'm a paragraph, I'm paragraph 2, but no div. This is a divless society, and it's meaningless. So that's what they're trying to tell us. The first opening tag and the final closing tag of JSX expression must belong to the same JSX element. Interesting. So we could have one element, just a paragraph. It's the fact that there's 2 elements in there, and opening and the closing are from 2 different elements. So the div is a nice fix to that, because then everything is just contained with inside there. Cool, good to know. It's easy to forget about this rule and end up with errors that are tough to diagnose. If you notice that a JSX expression has multiple outer elements, the solution is usually simple. Wrap the JSX expression in a div, right? Everything goes back to normal. Instructions. 1. Your friend's blog is down. He asks you to fix it. You immediately diagnose the problem. A JSX expression with multiple outer elements. Repair your friend's broken code by wrapping their JSX in a div. Ta-da! Div wrap. Do. Well, I don't like how the image and the H1 and the article are all on the same indentation. I mean, I guess that's fine. But it kind of bothers me because the div is going to be at the same indentation level. I guess I would be the one to re-indent everything forward, but I don't really know if it's worth it for this activity. It probably is. It probably deserves to have everything indented. We're going to see if it flies without us changing anything else. Green check mark. Good enough for Codecademy. Good enough for planet Earth. Probably not true, but we're gonna let that slide. Ten of 15. You've learned how to write JSX elements. Now it's time to learn how to render them. To render a JSX expression means to make it appear on screen. Over any container element, really. Div is just the most commonly used container. Select the block and hit tab. Indent all. What the? Are you serious? That's a thing that I could have been doing for the last 97 days? Just select the whole damn thing and hit tab. Not all of it, but the block, and then I hit tab and it all shimmies. If I highlight this and hit tab, it's going to dance to the right. Oh, wait. Why? There we go. There we go. That's better. So, tab. Oh my god. It moved. All of it. Wow. Mind blown. I feel like I should stop the stream and reflect on that for like a good 20 minutes. There are a lot of times that I indented line by line. Well, at least I have immense appreciation for that little tidbit, so that's good to know. That is awesome. Gold star, pro tip from Topher. Highlight the crap out of it, smash the tab, and everything goes back to being spectacular. That is just fascinating. Incredible. Not that it's needed. I can move anything I want now. Take that. Oh, but we should really reset it. Oh, wow, I just thought it would reset the code. Maybe not like the whole activity. Reset workplace. I think they're just talking about this one activity. I'm gonna do it. Good. And we're good. We're alive. Wow. I thought it was gonna do like all the way back to lesson 1. That was a very official reset screen they had. Oh, that was close. Okay. You've learned how to write JSX elements. Now it's time to learn how to render them. To render a JSX expression means to make it appear on screen. Instructions. The following code will render a JSX expression. React DOM.render hello world in H1 document.getElement by ID app. Starting on line 5, carefully copy the code into the code editor. Oh, I take all of this and then I shove it into line 5. Is that what's happening? Collective shoving. We'll go over how it works in the next exercise. JavaScript is case sensitive, so make sure to capitalize React DOM correctly. Pretty sure we're just copying. Anytime you find yourself doing something repetitive, there's probably a better way. Noted. Good to know. Run. Hopefully it loads. Hello world. Ta-da! We made a hello world. 11 of 15. Let's examine the code you just wrote. Start in previous.js on line 5. We are in previous.js on line 5. All the way to the left, you can see something called React DOM. What's that? React DOM is the name of a JavaScript library. The library contains several React-specific methods, all of which deal with the DOM in some way or the other, which is something with a corresponding D and an O and an M. I know, I should really what all these letters do. Document object model. It was on the tip of little Kitty's tongue. She almost shouted it out. Yeah, good. And we're doming. Beautiful. Alright. Something deal with the DOM in some other way or another. Talk more about it later. How React DOM got into your file. For now, just understand that it's yours to use. Hey, little cat. Look at this. No. Can you guys see her claws? Her little feet? She's wrapped around me. She's still down there sleeping. Move slightly to the right, and you can see one of the React DOM's method. .render. Rendering. React.render is the most common way to render JSX. It takes a JSX expression, creates a corresponding tree of DOM nodes. Hey, does Node.js have anything to do with nodes that they're talking about there? Too big of ideas, Steven. Contain yourself. Stay on track. We don't even know. They don't even cover Node.js here at Codecademy. Moving on. DOM nodes and adds that tree to the DOM. That's the way to make a JS expression appear on screen. Move to the right a little more, and you come to this expression. H1 hello world. This is the first argument being passed to React DOM.render. React DOM.render. Render's first argument should be a JSX expression, and it will be rendered on the screen. We'll discuss the second argument in the next exercise. I assume they're talking about the comma followed by document.get by ID app? Probably. Select ap.js starting on line 5, call React DOM.render, pass in the expressions. Oh no. Why? You're yawning. Little cat is extremely concerned with that yawn of mine. Dear Lord. Sorry, tiny feline. Go back to sleeping. I'm sure I'll pass out soon. Select app.js. Okay, we've selected. Starting on line 5. Call the React.DOM render. Copy. Write code here. Paste. Pass in the expression as first argument. Copy. Paste. Comma, space. Pass in this expression as a second argument. DOM.get element by ID app. Copy. There's that. Good. 11 of 15 down. We are on section 12. We are nearing the end. This is good. Good. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Sidetracked in the real world. Okay, hold on. Tiny crisis. Alright, we're on 12, 13, 14, and then 15. We're so close to the end. Hold the phone. let's get back to the Twitch chat. Beautiful, don't mind me. Okay, crises averted, mostly. There we go. Cat, in your damn claws. Okay. Here we go. Back to life. Section 12. React DOM render 2. Alright. Move to the right a little more and you'll see this expression. Document.getElement by ID app. You just learned that React DOM.render makes the first argument appear on screen, but where on screen should that first argument appear? The first argument is appended to whatever element is selected by the second argument. In the code editor, select index.html. See if you can find an element that would be selected by document.getElement by ID app. That element acted as a container for React DOM.render's first argument. At the end of that previous exercise, this appeared on screen. Render me. Yeah. Okay. So let's piece that together. In index.html, replace this main ID equals app. Are we adding it? No. I don't see main. There's main. Main ID equals app with this span ID container. Copy. We are swapping. B, span, cool. Run. Hopefully. Did we break it? We did it wrong. I very well could have done it wrong. Damn. I wonder why it's taking so long to load. Let's refresh the page. Reload. Okay. Connected. Apps. Good. From the top, once more, because I wasn't fully there when reading this. Probably good to have this sink in. Move to the right a little more, you'll see this expression, document.getElement by app. You just learned that React.render makes the first argument appear on screen. But where on screen should the first argument appear? The first argument is appended to whatever element is selected by the second argument. Oh, and it's telling it to connect to app. That's what's going on. In the code editor, select index.html. You can find an element that would be selected by document.getElement by ID app. The element acted as a container for React DOM.render's first argument. At the end of the previous exercise, this appeared on the screen, main.app render me main. And that's why it spit out there. Cool. So we did change it to span. Index.html, replace this, main ID, app, main, span ID equals container. Do we have to do the next part? It's still grayed out. I feel like run should give us at least a check mark for the first one, but we'll kind of look ahead down here. Select app.js. You want h1, bless you. You want h1 render me to be appended to span ID container on line 5. I was wondering if we needed to change that. So I'm changing it to container. Or span ID container. I'm going to try container first. Maybe. We'll see how that goes. Run. 2 check marks. Look at that. We got both. That's really weird that they didn't give the first one when it was just you needed both, but they wouldn't unhighlight or they wouldn't ungray out the second one, you know? That's kind of weird. Yet there was like a disconnect in there, the way they are processing this. Bad times, whatever, that's okay. We made it through. 12 of 15. Done. 13 of 15. Here we come. React DOM.render's first argument should evaluate to a JSX expression. It doesn't have to literally be a JSX expression. The first argument could also be a variable so long as that variable evaluates to a JSX expression. In this example, we have a JSX. That is a tongue twister. Every single time, little kitty, you've moved and you're spreading your warmth even more over my lap. Why do you have so many claws in my pants and my legs? Holy hell. Okay. React DOM.render's first argument should evaluate to a JSX expression. It doesn't have to literally be a JSX expression. The first argument could also be a variable, so long as that variable evaluates to a JSX expression. In this example, we have a JSX expression as a variable named to-do list. We then pass to-do list as the first argument to React DOM.render, variable to-do list, ordered list, list, React list, become a developer, closing ordered list, React, DOM render, to-do list, comma, document, get element by ID app. Oh, okay. We're going to make it out of this alive. Barely. Just barely. Instructions 1. On line 5, declare a variable named myList. Set myList equal to JSX UL element, wrap your unordered list in parentheses, add several list elements between your unordered list tags, put some text in each list tag, use line breaks and indentations. An indentation len? What's this? They gave up halfway through. Come on, guys. Killing me. Alright. And hopefully, to get a green check mark on the first one, we don't have to complete the grayed out section if they're keeping hidden from us, like the last one. But who knows? It's probably asking for too much. Write code here. Variable my list. Oh, little cat, she finally moved, and it's like 8,000 degrees. Oh my god. Whose idea was it to get a leather chair? Wrap ourselves in warm kittens. Oh. It's okay. It's okay. What are we doing now? So we're going to take variable. I'm assuming it's going to be extremely similar format to this, just unordered list. My list equals. I really want to do curly braces after JavaScript and jQuery. But that's not going to happen here today. Unordered list. Unordered. Oh, hey, whoa, lots of stuff going on in there. And for some reason, you know what, another thing? When I hit tab, it does 2 spaces in this. All their other code editors, when I do tab, it does 4. Something is different about this whole... everything. This is all different. It's all full of lies. They're trying to trick us. I know they are. Oh, and it already tabs when we just do enter. See? They've got all these hints that they aren't telling us. Damn, damn, damn. Alright, just focus. Just do the listing. Do the listing. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 slash list list element. Alright, I don't know, thing 1 and thing 2. Get some Dr. Seuss reference there. Good. Cat in my list. On line 5, so let's just do run. Do we get a green check mark? They're gonna laugh at us again. At least they gave us the first green check mark. Okay, cool. At the bottom of the file, call reactDOM.render, just like so. For reactDOM.render, render's first argument, pass in the variable myList. So myList, comma, for reactDOM.render's second argument, select an HTML element with an ID of app. Feel free to use the code example as a guide. I should just copy and paste, but I want to type it out. React.dom render. No, it's just reactDOM dot render. Oh my god, and it's in capitals. Wow. Following instructions is difficult. Render, no space. Drugs are kicking in. This is not good. We're just totally losing our shit. What do we... What? Render... Black food. That's what it is. We're gonna need food. reactDOM.render. Oh, first one, and then the second one. It's that easy. It's that easy. They do tab my list. All is well. Committing too much to overthinking. Document dot get element by ID app. Okay. I think fingers crossed should be good. It looks pretty damn similar to their example. Green check mark. Oh, we're doing it. 14 of 15, we are right at the edge. One special thing about React DOM.render is that it only updates DOM elements that have changed. Huh, that's kind of cool. That means that if you render the exact same thing twice in a row, the second render will do nothing. Hello, variable hello equals hello world. This will add hello world to the screen. React.dom render hello, document .get element by ID app. That'll spit something up. This won't do anything at all, rendering it a second time. This is significant. Only updating the necessary DOM elements is a large part of what makes React so successful. Oh, that's really cool. React accomplishes this thanks to something called the virtual DOM. Before moving on to the end of the lesson, read this article about the virtual DOM. That's also after 97 days. Rarely do they say click on this link and do it. So I guess we're going to be learning about the virtual DOM right now. Okay, how long is this beast? That's not too bad. All right, story time. React, the virtual DOM. Fighting wasteful DOM manipulation. The problem. Okay, DOM manipulation is the heart of the modern interactive web. Unfortunately, it is also a lot slower than most JavaScript operations. The slowness is made worse by the fact that most JavaScript frameworks update the DOM much more than they have to. As an example, let's say that you have a list that contains 10 items. You check off the first item. Most JavaScript frameworks would rebuild the entire list. That's 10 times more work than necessary. Only one item changed, but the remaining 9 get rebuilt exactly how they were before. Rebuilding a list is no big deal to a web browser, but modern websites can use huge amounts of DOM manipulation. Inefficient updating has become a serious problem, and little cats are now rampant on the internet. Please move, tiny animal. Thank you. Love you. Go away. Where were we? Exactly how they were before. Something about a serious problem, and then we got the cat infestation. To address this problem, the people at React popularized something called the virtual DOM. Yes, these are hand gestures. I'm not trying to scratch you, furry critter. This is why jQuery is unpopular with devs now. DOM manipulation is slow, and jQuery does it really inefficiently. Oh. Huh. Tiny cat, I love you, but will you please move and stop scratching your face on the mic? That way I can get back to story time. We've got like one more section, and I'm losing my sanity because we haven't eaten in a long time. And you're yawning. Oh, you're tired. You slept for 17 hours. Hey, move. Go be tiny somewhere else. No. Good. Just stay there. Happy thoughts. Oh, let's double check the webcam just for fun. Oh my god, are you standing on things? So involved. Just let me finish the stream. No, don't stand on the keyboard. That was clearly not one of the instructions I shouted out. There, good. Just sit. Is all well? All is relatively okay. Meh. Okay, we're off. We're continuing. Alright, the virtual DOM. Good. Inefficient updating has become a serious problem. To address this problem, the people at React popularized something called the virtual DOM. The virtual DOM. In React, for every DOM object, there's a corresponding virtual DOM object. A virtual DOM object is a representation of a DOM object. Like a lightweight oh my god, you're resting your face on the trackpad and I can't scroll. Ah. Hey, good God, tiny cat. She's laying against the webcam and she's moving crap. Son of a bitch. I love you so much, little kitty, but you're just the world's furriest nuisance, and you're kicking my phone, which has chat, off the desk. Oh my God, you're so destructive, and all you're doing is napping. Focus on the story time. Hey, there's more people. Yes, cats. And, cats understand English. Barely. Not good enough. Isn't that right, furry demon? Okay, I'm just gonna set my phone on you, tiny cat. There you go. Good, good. We're continuing reading. The virtual DOM. It was so fascinating. And then get back finishing this nightmare. But they said to finish the story first. In React, for every DOM, there's a corresponding virtual DOM object. A virtual DOM object is a representation of a DOM object, like a lightweight copy. A virtual DOM object has the same properties as a real DOM object, but it lacks the real thing's power to directly change what's on the screen. Manipulating the DOM is slow. Manipulating the virtual DOM is much faster, because nothing gets drawn on screen. Think of manipulating the virtual DOM as editing a blueprint as opposed to moving rooms in an actual house. In the last section, we're almost done with story time, bear with me. How it helps. When you render a JSX element, every single virtual DOM object gets updated. This sounds incredibly inefficient, but the cost is insignificant because the virtual DOM can update so quickly. Once the virtual DOM has updated, then React compares the virtual DOM with a virtual DOM snapshot that was taken right before the update. By comparing the new virtual DOM with a pre-update version, React figures out exactly which virtual DOM objects have changed. This process is called diffing. I wanted to say drifting, but we'll set that to the side. Got Long Beach Formula D on my mind. We don't need to get into that. Point is that the Long Beach Grand Prix is coming up. We're excited for that. Not going this year. Back to this. We're pulling back from cars. Not drifting, diffing. Focus, Stephen. Once React knows which virtual DOM objects have changed, then React updates those objects, and only those objects, on the real DOM. In our example from earlier, React would be smart enough to rebuild your one checked off list item and leave the rest of your list alone. This makes a big difference. React can update only the things necessary. Whoa, hold on. English, Stephen, English. This makes a big difference. React can update only the necessary parts of the DOM. React's reputation for performance comes largely from this innovation. In summary, here's what's happening when you try to update the DOM in React. 1, the entire virtual DOM gets updated. 2, the virtual DOM gets compared to what it looked like before you updated it. React figures out which objects have changed. And 3, the changed objects and the changed objects only get updated on the real DOM. 4, changes on the real DOM cause the screen to change. If you'd like to learn more about the virtual DOM, here's a good place to start. Clickety-click. Let's see where that takes us. Site, React, Kung Fu, and something else. Beautiful, beautiful, great. Story time is over. Closing that. That was all for section 14. They just said, hey, read this. So we read that, and boom, we are to section 15. Congratulations. You've learned to create and render JSX elements. This is the first step towards becoming fluent in React. In the next lesson, you'll learn some powerful things that you can do with JSX, as well as some common JSX issues and how to avoid them. All right. So what do we have on the horizon for tomorrow? We've got Advanced JX. Learn JSX in depth. We will start that. We're going to take a peek at tomorrow's lesson, and then we will power this down. All right, how many sections do we have for tomorrow? We've got 16 sections for tomorrow. Not bad. Preview. This lesson will cover more advanced JSX. You'll learn some powerful tricks and some common errors to avoid. Grammar in JSX is mostly the same as in HTML, but there's subtle differences to watch out for. Probably the most frequent of these involves the word class. In HTML, it's common to use class as an attribute name. H1 class big A. H1 closing tag. In JSX, you can't use the word class, you have to use class name instead. H1 class name big hey law. This is because JSX tongue twister every time. This is because JSX gets translated into JavaScript and class has a reserved word in JavaScript. When JSX is rendered, JSX class name attributes are automatically rendered as class attributes. Okay, way cool. And then we get to start chipping away at this tomorrow. Let's close out, let's back out, see where we are concluding. Day 97. Currently 14% of the way through learning ReactJS Part 1. And we've got 1,125 points and 154 badges to our name. Beautiful, beautiful. We're going to close down Topher and OGDS. They left a friendly cat icon with sunglasses. We appreciate you for stopping by. OGSDHI and then SCTX. You know what? I'm not good with letters or numbers, and we're doing baby steps for code right now. The point is that there were other viewers that stopped by. Thank you for stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. All right, day 97 coming to a close. Tomorrow, day 98. More adventures ahead. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.